Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. This is Solveig World, and today I just want to talk about love and relationships again. And I'd like to know what people's thoughts and opinions are on the matter, and I would appreciate it if people listen to my previous video vlogs in regards to love and relationships, and let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on the matter. And basically everything I shared and everything that I've said I agree with, and it's what I align with. It's what I aligned with back then, and it's what I still align with now. But I've been thinking about how in today's society, people do tend to overanalyze everything, and people do overuse like certain terminologies when it comes to describing people, when it comes to like narcissism, avoidant attachment and things like that. And it's ironic that often the people that deflect and call people these things do often like that themselves. And sometimes people are so busy judging people, other people, and labelling everything that they don't think about how they're acting and how they're reacting when it comes to various situations. And also there's a fine line in life when it comes to acting like an avoidant, for example, compared to being either rude and deliberately avoidant and dismissive and deliberately ignoring someone, and also ignoring someone for the sake of peace because you will not be responding or tolerating any disrespect. So there is a difference between the two, and I do believe in communication when it comes to like relationships, friendships. Of course, when people are calm, cool, collected, rational, and people equally listen and also talk. You can't have anything that's one-sided and where someone puts in more of the effort compared to others. And one thing I found difficult, but I'm getting better at, but I'm sharing this because I want to grow as a person, as an individual. But I don't know if it's just because I have Asperger's or it's just me in general, but I find it difficult, even though I accept it, I find it difficult when people choose to not communicate. I'm one of those people that try to communicate, I try to seek closure on things, I like to be answered, I like answered. If I feel as if I'm being misled, or I don't know where I stand in life, or in general, this doesn't even have to apply to relationships or friendships or dating, you could just apply to anything in everyday life. If I feel as if there's some sort of miscommunication, then I like to understand things the best I can. And sometimes I just have to try and accept the fact that not everyone communicates the same way. Not everyone has a communication style, and sometimes no response is a response. Years ago that would have been considered rude, but we do live in a society where people are generally more rude, and it's more acceptable to be rude. And ironically, despite all the technology and communicative devices that we have these days, people's communication skills are pretty poor. And like I said before, there's a fine line in life between ignoring someone if they're being rude or aggressive or nasty, compared to just blanking people, not giving them closure or communicating. So, yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that sometimes you just have to realise that sometimes closure you have to give yourself, you can't seek it. And I'm getting better at that. And the last time I dated, things were left okay, amicable and good and on friendly terms. I was initially a bit disappointed because he went on about second date and he seemed really keen, and then he was what I would call an avoidant person. He wasn't horrible by all means or nasty, he's actually a nice person, but I did feel like I was misled because he went on about wanting a second date. He seemed really keen and then suddenly he pulled away. But he did apologise for misleading me, and that did give me closure, and I appreciate that because you can come across people that won't even give you that these days. They won't give you closure. They won't communicate with you. And unfortunately it's the norm these days for people that choose to play games or do all this ghosting, and it's just horrible. And it's cruel and it's manipulative. But what's scary is that it's the norm. People are treating it like it's okay, and they're treating like a lot of behaviours in today's society is okay. And accepting that you can come across people like that and to not take it to heart and to heal from it is something that I've had to do. I had to toughen up, more or less, and find peace with that, and realise that sometimes closure you give to yourself, sometimes no response is a response, if that makes sense. And you've got to get to grips with that, and I'm not going to lie, I have found that quite anxiety inducing, but I think with age and wisdom and time, you learn to cope and adapt to things better. And I just wanted to share that because it's just been like a learning curve. And another thing that people talk about these days is if you find someone, when it comes to like dating, and they don't lie or cheat, manipulate or abuse you, they don't hurt you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, verbally, and they're there for you, they're there for your kids, you know, if they're a father or a supportive partner or whatnot. That's the bare minimum. That's not just something that you should think, oh wow, that's a bonus, that's a plus. That's how people should be, men and women. Men and women should be loyal, should be supportive, shouldn't abuse you physically, mentally, emotionally, verbally, and should be there for the children if they're parents. That's just like the basic way, the basic thing that people should do, you know, and how they should be. That's just the basics. And yeah, because most people aren't used to that, they treat it like it's something extraordinary, when it should be just basic human decency. So it says a lot about today's society, really, how people are. So I just wanted to put that out there, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my video vlogs, and for watching, for listening, and for commenting. Take care, everyone.